Gentleman from California, Mr. Obernolte, for his 5 minutes of questioning.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Congresswoman Harshbarger recommended that I continue her line of questioning about NASCAR brake pedals, but instead I'm going to focus on something else she was asking about. Mr. Oxman, you and she were talking about regulation and the executive branch and the president's executive orders. Could I follow on to that discussion with a question about what we in Congress should be doing to establish a regulatory environment that, as you say, encourages innovation and the use of AI in the manufacturing space?
Well, thank you, Congressman Obernolte. As the AI scientist on the panel, you have been very focused in the last couple of years on legislative solutions that we have been proud to support, ranging from the Center for AI Advancement and Reliability to the Create AI Act, and of course we're starting over in the 119th, but the work that you have been focused on encouraging public and private partnerships, I think, is the shortest answer to your question. That's where we really need to be focused. We need to be focused on how the government can partner with research institutions, not only on the reskilling issues that we've been talking about, but organizations like the NAIR, the National AI Research Resource, that you've been very vocal and supportive, and we have as well. That's the kind of public-private partnership I think we need to be focused on. Not focusing on the regulations so much as how can government and the private sector partner together to make these investments a reality. That's where I think the focus really should be.
Right. Well, obviously, completely agree with you about NAIR and Create AI and the AI Advancement and Reliability Institute. You know, I think that those would be really vital public-private partnerships in that sense. I'm hopeful that you read our AI task force report, and I'm wondering, what do you think we got right and wrong in our approach to regulating the use of AI in manufacturing?
Yeah, and congratulations to you and Mr. Liu, your co-chair in that effort on a remarkable task force initiative. It was I did read the report. It was very long, very comprehensive. The things you got right in there, I think, were a focus on what the Vice President talked about in Paris, which was those jurisdictions that have taken a regulation-first approach, like Europe, are now behind in the race to dominate globally. I also really appreciated the focus on the competition that we face internationally and how other countries are looking to lead the way. And if we're not making the right kind of focused investments and not ensuring that the regulatory environment is appropriate to investment, we're going to fall behind. We've got a lead now, but that lead is by no means guaranteed to lead to future success. I also appreciated your focus on training, workforce development in the report, and ways in which investment in those kind of initiatives can also lead to further U.S. leadership in AI. And finally, I think the focus of the report on encouraging Congress to hold hearings to better inform itself, like this hearing today, about what's necessary for congressional solutions, if any, to the challenges that we face in AI, particularly in manufacturing. I think that's important as well.
Is there anything that you think we should have focused more on?
I think if I had to pick one area that more focus could have been on, it would be on how we can solve energy issues. I think you certainly touched on it in the report, but I think we've seen just in recent months since the report came out that energy issues have become more prominent, particularly for data center construction. And I think we have an opportunity to look at this not only from the energy pathway side, but also the regulatory side about permitting and the way in which energy is authorized for use for data centers for AI. I think that's going to be an issue for U.S. leadership going forward. And I think that's going to be an important issue for Congress to focus on as well.
Yeah, I agree with you. Ms. Humpton, I was very interested in the distinctions that you highlighted between industrial AI and consumer AI. And I really hadn't done a lot of thinking about this, but it certainly seems to me that the regulatory approach to those two technologies should be probably pretty different, given the differences in how tightly curated the training data is for industrial AI and the more limited operating environment. It's much more controlled. So what can you think, what would you say would be the differences in our regulatory approach to those two technologies? How is industrial AI different?
Thank you, Congressman. As I mentioned earlier, we really do need to look at those key distinctions. It's going to be very tempting for the public to take one big paintbrush and sweep all of this into the category of AI. if we can be very clear on those definitions, we can actually think through the key questions of trust and risk. What do we need to secure in order to maintain and build trust? Where do we see the risk areas? We all know that in consumer AI, we are running dramatic risks across our entire society. But with industrial AI, we have a very unique, controlled environment. I would be delighted for my team to further engage with you and your staff as you work forward.
I welcome that. Well, thanks to our witnesses. It's been a fascinating hearing. I yield back.
Gentleman yield.